Hey there, Postal here. Today we are taking out ye old Hurricane 2. Why the heck are we taking out the Hurricane 2? Well, this is actually the first... It's a 3 freaking sector map. God dang it.
Tell me what you can do, pilots.
I hate 3 sector maps. Anyway, they're not conducive to a large amount of personal points, and once the game starts going in one direction, the game's basically over so quickly that you don't have the opportunity to turn it around. They're not exciting games. Anywho, why am I showing off this particular plane? Well, I'm showing off this particular plane because it's the first multi-role fighter that I got for the British line. Kind of odd, right? Tier 5, randomly just sprouting into my my hangar. But the reason it was... do I get you? Yeah, let's get you, actually. The reason I got this plane first was because there was an event and I actually won it in a crate. I had this plane, and then the Tier 6 Tornado before I ever had the Tier 3 or Tier 4. Can I get up and over on this guy? I really like this plane, and actually I think a lot of people tell you it's close to overpowered. And why is that? Well, certainly not because of its altitude performance. Holy crap. It is because of these guns. These 20mm cannons, Hispanos, are ridiculously good. There's what helps make this line so good. These are basically the same guns that you'll see, you know, tier 5 through tier... I really can't be hanging up this high, guys. Tier 5 through tier 8. What is the balancing factor on these guns at tier 5? Oh shit. I'm gonna get a freaking cannon to my face. Which I really don't want. The balancing factor for these particular guns is how quickly they overheat. But they kind of need to overheat quickly because, I mean, look at what I'm doing. This is a tier 5 heavy. And we're gonna tear it up pretty quickly. You head on light fighters all the time, tier 5 light fighters all the time in this plane, and you'll easily take them out before they take you out. You'll typically do 2 to 1 damage, maybe 3 to 1 damage. And so, yeah, the guns on this plane are ridiculously good. I was way too high up. They were like, if I was going against any kind of tourney fighters or any humans that were trying to kill me, I would have definitely been in trouble. Took a kind of calculated risk there by going up that high, but I really wanted to make sure that we got that sector. So now I kind of wish I was in a Spitfire or something like that, where I could turn and burn in the center. But I do have some turning ability, a pretty good turning ability. My goal is use that turning ability to get my guns on target as quickly as possible, and I will try to defend here a little bit as I kind of sneak over to said military base. Let's see what we can do in the meantime. I was gonna say, this freaking guy's gotta be closer, right? Let's put these cannons to use, baby. Freaking JU's just asking to get torn up. Frickin' overheating guns. Jeebus. Hello, plane. Goodbye, plane. So the key is I gotta kill these guys before they can get the opportunity to get behind me. Don't frickin'... There we go. Use your maneuverability to keep your guns on target long enough. Do not use your maneuverability to dogfight a fighter. I can dogfight an FTW. Like, that plane cannot outturn me anyway, so here, I'll stick with him, right? Tornado can outmaneuver me, and he can... I like the Tornado actually better than the Hurricane 2. Its altitude performance, by the numbers, isn't all that much better, but its altitude performance in reality there is definitely a difference. Tornado uses the same guns, so think of it that way. You're using tier 6 guns on this tier 5 plane. Let's see if I can try to knock out a wing or something here. Trying to slow down. Again, I really shouldn't be up here, but he's letting me stick with him, so I'm gonna stick with him. I don't know why he's letting me do this, but I mean, who am I to argue? I mean, like, literally, dude, come on. I should have been dead. I honestly should have been dead. I was up in the yellow where my altitude would have been worse, and it was right at the cusp, so I know his altitude performance is still okay. Anyway, I'm angry at the guy I just killed, which is a weird sentiment, I suppose. Use this plane's maneuverability to keep its awesome guns on target. Don't necessarily use it to dogfight. XP 44 I can outmaneuver. So there's a lot of multi-rolls that I can outmaneuver. Yak 7 I don't believe I can outmaneuver. But it's a bot, so probably will let me punch it. Plus it's a Yak, so like getting a couple good hits on it will definitely kill it. P40 I cannot outmaneuver. And that's really got to be your mentality, is taking a look at what the planes are that you're going against and knowing what you can do against them. Clearly I can just tear that crap up. I'm about to die. I'm in the middle of a super dogfight here and I can't survive that, so I'm not going to really try. I'm just going to try to get some more hits in. Yep. Yeah, see, so the tornado wants to make me a priority. There's nothing I can do. Like, literally, I can hit him with my guns and hopefully knock out a wing or something like that. But if he puts me on his list, then you're kind of in trouble. But we're definitely going to win this game. Because, you know, again, it's a 3-sector map. It's a 3-sector map with rockets. So, like, it's always capturing stuff. Like, there's no way to coast on personal points kind of thing. And I think the game will be over before I even get to the center. So, I haven't had the opportunity to use my rockets in this game. The rockets aren't overly strong. Really, they're supplemental on this plane. It's not a true multi-role in regards to, like, you can just absolutely own and flip sectors kind of thing. See if I can get a kill here before the game's over. Probably don't want to head this guy on, to be honest. Luckily he turned. He's got pretty strong guns there. Yep, I'm gonna die, but the game's gonna be over. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Anyway, that's why I don't like 3-sector games. But you know, pretty strong result, and didn't even have to use the rockets on this particular map. But it shows you, like, hopefully I showed you just kind of what I think in general when I'm dogfighting in a non-dogfighting kind of plane. This plane has good balance though. It's definitely a tourney multi-role. Use that turning ability to put the guns on target. In a typical match, you know, with 5 sectors, and you can use your brain a little bit more, you want to use your rockets to help flip sectors. So typically what I'll do in that is I'll take the steps to, I'll monitor like what's going on the ground. I see like a GA or a bomber has, you know, started flipping a sector, but hasn't actually, you know, taken out all the buildings in that one section. I'll use a rocket to get that section flipped, or use a couple rockets. Sometimes I'll use all 4 rockets to take out a like an anti-aircraft sector, but for the most part I hang on to my rockets for those kind of purposes, because they're not overly strong. You're not going to take out a mining facility or a command center or a military base with just your rockets. You're going to take it out with your guns and then use your rockets to get like that last little bit of oomph for it. So I just wanted to speak to that because I only have time for trying to like maybe flight up one more time. So I'm not sure if I'll actually get a decent game. This might be the game that I post on YouTube. So we got 11 frags in that particular game. Again, all the damage was really done by my guns, taking out the aerial targets, getting the zones that way. And yeah, got a lot of good help from the Spitfire 5 here. Spitfire 1A here. He was probably able to hang out in the center there and help flip that, and then hang out and defend, kind of thing, right? Maybe, sure. Yeah, he captured 2 sectors. I think he did more than me. Yeah, I only captured 1. So, yeah, kudos to him. I really like the Hurricane 2. I really like this whole line. I highly recommend it. The tier 1 before this, you know, it's different guns, but once you get to this tier and above, it's all these really good Hispanos. As you get higher, the guns don't overheat as much, so you can really tear things up with your Typhoon and your Tempest. But even the Tornado at the next tier is a really, really strong plane. Plus, I like the way it looks. Kind of early, you know, definitely early. It gives me like a 1930s vibe, I guess. So, anywho, hope you enjoyed this particular video. I want to give you a little heads up. At the very least, you know, you've got this tier 5, so you want to definitely utilize that and enjoy this plane, strong plane, and they're strong all the way up. So hope you enjoyed the video as well, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.